What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today we are going to be discussing the Arctic 50 Foxfire Prestige. So I know this has been a long time coming, but keep in mind, I have been recently very selective on which draws I want since I don't really need to get, a lot of them. But this time around, I did actually manage to get this at the tail end of Season 5, but I just kept it stored here in my computer for a while. Trust me, right now, I would not have it if it wasn't for the fact that the 4th of July draw was like 50% off. If it wasn't for that, I would not have it right now. I know some of you guys are going to argue and say that, well, you did you did get the Ult's Defiance. Yes, that's true, but it's actually the mythic character that counts towards the progress. So even then, I still wouldn't have had it even if I didn't get that 50% off draw. But don't worry, at some point in time, I'm always guaranteed to get the Legendary Prestige at least. I'm hoping that, maybe next week I could probably get the little text chat bubble because from what I've seen, it does look pretty interesting and I'm hoping that, it's not a letdown either. So upon the release of at least the Season 5 test server leaks, I was not really expecting the Foxfire to get a Prestige. Maybe at some point it would have happened, but I didn't really think it would happen this soon, mainly because, the Foxfire, or just the Arctic 50 in general, is a pretty forgettable weapon nowadays. And don't get me wrong, they have made some changes in the past to make the Arctic 50 more usable, specifically with its stopping power rounds where it used to be like 20% ADS time down to like 13%. So they've had a lot of, tries to make this thing a lot more effective. And I think right now where it is, I think it's actually perfect. And using this legendary skin is actually pretty fun to use. And it's a far better improvement from the original Foxfire. So just a quick recap on when I got the original Foxfire. I was kind of excited about it. I think it came out around Season 3, the same season where the Bison came out. And I was very excited for it, but I kind of felt like it was kind of I guess it was a lot of like false advertisement because when you see in the promo pictures, it looks super, glowy, looked like it lit up pretty well. But when you actually see it in game, it just didn't do the same thing. It could probably be, since I usually play this game on ultra frames with medium graphic settings, that's probably why it doesn't look as good, but even on medium settings with the Prestige, it looks far better. So with the original Foxfire design, it's basically the same, but it's only colored differently. So the original Foxfire, the scope, and all the other parts of the gun were red, while I guess there was like some other like black parts around it too, but overall, like the colors were kind of like, drab, not really that great. But when it comes to the Foxfire Prestige, it's more of a amethyst type of color with, platinum designs all over the body. And even though you could see it through like the shed right here, how it lights up pretty well, that's something that the Foxfire, well, I guess the original one did not do as well as this one. So besides just the unique color change, we also have a color change to the death effect as well. It's still the same Firefox. The only difference is that I guess the sound effect is slightly different. And not only that, like the color is as well as like, like a purplish blue type of color. Also, keep in mind, this does also have the weapon inspect where it shows you like the prestige number of this thing. So this one I think is prestige number 5. So we've already made it this far. And again, I didn't think the Foxfire was going to be a thing at this point, but wow, they did not disappoint. And the funny thing is that me and my friend Parker actually originally thought that this was probably going to be the worst legendary Prestige, but it ended up becoming one of the best ones. I guess I have the Snipers Only node to actually thank for that because, yeah, there are some people out there that had it and I didn't have it yet, so I picked it up. And yeah, it was just like surprising to me, especially with the, the shooting effects, the death effect, and everything else. Like the sounds are completely different. The original Foxfire sounds sounded a lot more, I guess, natural based, while the Foxfire Prestige is a lot more, I guess, mystical based. If anything, the original Foxfire should have been at least somewhat similar. It was kind of disappointing hearing the regular sound effects for that, version of the Foxfire, but yeah, I mean, it sounded all right when it was like suppressed, at least somewhat, because it had like this little wind sound that sounded pretty cool. But other than that, I mean, it still was pretty bad. But yeah, overall, the Foxfire Prestige is a far greater improvement compared to the original. I think this is how the Foxfire should have been in the first place, or at least very similar. Of course, it doesn't have to have that elegant design, but, it could have been lit up a little better, had better sound effects, but at the time, it was like the first Arctic 50, and we were only like in year 2, so yeah, I'm going to cut him some slack there, but, I still have like, better legendaries for the Arctic 50, like the what's it called, the Zodiac Beast, and even this one. So yeah, I'm probably never going to use the regular Foxfire again. So anyway, guys, I will see you guys next time.